Hi, everybody. I know I'm 1 minute early, so I'm going to give it a couple minutes so people can get here. I'm making my tea. I have to start making my son something to eat. So let's go get that stuff and then we'll start. All right. He is hungry, so we're going to feed him. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday. 1 or 2, kiddo? Okay. I have probably overplanned again, like I did last week. 1? Okay. But we're going to get through whatever we can get through today and see what happens. So, I've got a couple things I need to do. My mom's pie, see over there, in front of my toaster oven, just came out. So happy about that. And we're going to get stuff done here. Gotta make some egg salad for work. And then we will be on our way. So let me get Jacek his food and then we'll start talking about all this wonderful good stuff. Like I said, I probably overplanned again, but that's okay. I want to talk about self-care. I want to help you ladies go through and plan your week while I plan my week. I want to talk about how to divide kids' rooms up. I want to talk about how we lie to ourselves and how we can be more truthful to ourselves and stuff like that. So, as we're going, if anybody has any questions or anything like that, please don't hesitate. I'm going to go take this to Jacek and I'll be right back. All right. Oh, so
by the way, if you have a background machine in the background, that's cleaner running. Because I'm actually charging up cleaner running into that.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, so let's start by taking a look at the week. I actually want to start with that first, and then we'll get into self-care and stuff like that and all that wonderful good.
What's cleaner's cord?
Cleaner's cord should be right here. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. Now he's got everything he needs, and now we can get everything we need. So today is Sunday. First thing we need to do is take a look back at last week. What went well? What didn't go really well? What do we want to change this week? What do we want to keep the same for this week? So last week, and this is why we're talking about this, I broke a lot of promises to myself, and I want to try and make sure that this doesn't happen this week. Last week, my sink was clean, the house got done, everything was like that. So I want to keep that going. Hello, Belinda. Nice to see you. Well, read you. He got all of his schoolwork done and a good time and was able to have a wonderful week. So I want to keep that the same, obviously. So those are things that I'm going to make sure I keep in place. The systems that I had in place for his schoolwork and everything like that. Making sure that we set up the table in the kitchen and eat our meals in the kitchen. I don't have a lot of room in this kitchen, as you guys can tell with each thing that we do. So I
No.
I have a folding table that we set up to eat at. And when we do that, which is why I tell you ladies every single time, try to do the dishes while you're already in the kitchen, and this is giving up a major glare. Let's see what we can do about that. That's a little better. Because, hi, Sheena. Long time no chat. About 20 minutes, right? If we eat up here, then I'm more apt to go straight to doing the dishes as opposed to if we eat down in front of the TV, then I want to stay in front of the TV. So when I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that eat in the kitchen, it helps doing this, I know, because that's me. You know, I'm not perfect. I've never claimed to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I like being me. So putting that into place is going to make sure that my sink stays clean and everything else like that. So that's what I want to keep in place this week. Now, I fibbed to myself quite a few times last week. I didn't do my yoga like I wanted to. I did drink the water I wanted to. I didn't do my full makeup every day like I wanted to. I had at least eyeliner, mascara, and stuff on every single day. I did not wash my face every single day like I wanted to. So those are things that I want to get done this week. I want to really focus on being good to myself. Because if I'm not good to myself, I'm not good to anybody else. So, good for you, Sheena. I'm glad you drank water and flossed. That's great. We're actually, I think Juan today is buying one of them wonderful spin brushes with different heads for all of us, and it comes with a water pick. So hopefully we'll all get better with that. Now, weekly home blessing is the next thing on the weekly list, right? So what I need you all to decide is if you're going to split it up and do 8 or 16 minutes throughout the week, or if you're going to get it all done in one day. Take a look at your week. How many appointments do you have? How many things do the kids need to do? Is it going to be easier to split it up and maybe do like trash and culling on one day and then get it out? Just do that like the day before the garbage men come. So you're not filling up your garbage can and then it's a week before they get here. Maybe you're going to mop and vacuum on one day together. So figure out how you want to do your weekly home blessing. And remember, that's something that maybe you end up changing next week. It doesn't matter if you did it separated into days this week. And maybe it doesn't work out. So the next week you want to try and do it all on one day. It all depends upon how much time you have. You know it's coming, so you don't have to wait till Monday. You can do it on Sunday. So that's the next thing on the list. Free day, I don't need to go into that, right? Free day, nothing else planned. We do that on our busiest day. I should be shelling eggs while I'm talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I made mail this week. I'm so excited. What do you have to say, kiddo?
This is actually a hack to show hard-boiled eggs. As you get them started, put them in a little container, then shake them like crazy, and the outside shell will fall off.
We're gonna see how well that works today. Yes, we are. I gotta get my tea going first, though. It's all made now. I just gotta add my unhealthy bits to it.
Like, see, like this. You put the egg in here, close up the lid if I can, and then like shake it. Oh, by the way, I thought you realized I brush teeth, floss, and mouthwash in the morning and at night.
Don't forget wash your face.
No, I don't do that in the morning.
Well, you should be. Okay. All right. So we're going to be doing eggs. I need to get my other thing out. I got this cool egg slicer when my grandma passed away. I need to organize this floor here. That'll happen next week. Or maybe it'll be just there it is, an impromptu live video.
Yeah. You can use the egg slicer with tomatoes and ketchup.
So, I got this cute little egg slicer.
There's also a hot dog slicer.
And it works great for doing my eggs. So, I need another.
So I am.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Machina. All right. So. Oh, this one just came totally apart. Okay. So. We're done talking free day, right? Now we're on to what Fly Lady calls Zone Day and what I have dubbed Meal Day. I don't care what day you do this on. I do it on Wednesdays, and I will explain to you why. I have subscribed to emails. I absolutely adore emails.
I'm gonna peel the steak in here.
Okay, you peel that egg in there. It makes my life extremely easy. I don't need to plan meals. I just need to plan what day they're happening. So I absolutely love emails. Emails puts out their new menu on Wednesdays for me. Okay, honey.
The eggshells.
So I do all my menu planning on Wednesdays. Obviously, I couldn't cut that one up because, well, it all came apart. Okay. So on Wednesdays, I'm going to plan my meals. Now, if y'all are new at planning meals, start simple. Plan tomorrow. Plan 2 days. Or just plan the protein. Start by shopping in your own freezer. I may end up going through that as well today. Because I kind of need to. I need to make a new freezer list. But like I said, I probably already planned too much, so we'll see what happens. So there's that. Let me see if I can slice this one up a little bit better. Kind of put it back together a little bit. So figure out what day that is going to work best for you. You're going to need some time to really. Yeah, pretty good. Lost a little bit of meat, but that's okay.
Yeah, so it came off.
Yeah, these were new eggs, and it's actually better to hard-boiled older eggs. So. All right, just throw it up here. Mom will wash it later.
No, I'm helping you.
Okay. So now and when you're doing your menu plan, when you're going through and making your grocery list, because that happens with menu planning days as well, you're also going to want to take a look in the bathroom, under your sink, in your medicine cabinet, all that wonderful good stuff to make sure that you're remembering to buy toilet paper. You're remembering to buy different things for your cleaners. You're remembering to buy paper towels or anything else that you need to buy, because you don't want to have to make 2 trips. So get that stuff picked up and on your list the same day. I finally ordered myself my Rocket Book. Love my Rocket Book. I write stuff down on paper. I take a picture of it. It's on my phone. So, loving that. That one totally did not work, kiddo. All the shell is still on it.
Yeah, but it even cracked.
Here, try that one. I will peel this one tediously. Yep. So making my lists, I don't have to then go back and put them on my phone. They're already on my phone because I take a picture and it goes right where I want it to. So some of the best $31 I've ever spent. All right. So now we've got meals. If anybody has any questions about planning meals, like I said, start simple. Plan your protein. And then do that wonderful thing that we have right now, the web. You go on there and Google chicken meals. Chicken meals to be done in slow cookers. Chicken meals to be baked. Stuff like that. So use the internet. Let it help you so you don't have to make decisions. Ask your family what they want. Use that. How did that one turn out? Same deal. Okay, we're going to stop doing that so that way it doesn't get too hard here. Use them to help you make meals. Now with kids, yeah, it can be a little difficult to get them to eat, but that is where patience comes in to play.
Your patience will be rewarded.
Right. He never used to eat tomatoes. He never used to eat onions. He never used to eat anything like that, and now he does. Because it was just a matter of figuring out the way to prepare it, and then he's good.
It's because my taste buds were changing.
Yep, and his taste buds change. It actually takes 7 tries tasting something before you decide if you like it or not. So, there you go. Those kids and mine was the same way. I don't like it. Well, you gotta try it again. I don't like it. Well, you gotta try it again. Give them 7 times, and then they can decide if they like it or not. If it's something that he doesn't like or Juan doesn't like, they can pick it out. I'm not changing. So, like tonight, we're having open-faced beef stroganoff sandwiches. That has mushrooms. Juan does not like mushrooms.
I do.
I know you do. So Juan will just have to pick out the mushrooms. So, it's just the way it is. All right.
Put everything backwards on, because now the robot's fully charged and back to run.
All right. Okay. Now let's talk errand day. Obviously, errand day has to follow meal planning day. Errand day also needs to fall on the day where you have the money in the bank for the groceries, because it does you absolutely no good if you go through and you get your grocery list and then you don't have any money to buy your groceries. That's not going to help you at all. So, errand day needs to follow that. Whatever day you do errand day on, don't forget to add in any other places besides the grocery store that you need to stop. The pharmacy. Use this day also to sit there and maybe order meds online. It's not an actual errand, but you're buying stuff. So use that day to also order meds if you need to order meds, whatever, stuff like that. So don't forget to pick up everything that you need to pick up. After we have our errand day, or during our errand day, you also are going to want to take care of your purse and your car. You're out, right? I will fill up my car every single errand day. Whether I am just putting in $5, $20, whatever, I will fill up my car that day. I will take care of all the trash that's in there. I will do whatever I need to do. So today is actually turning into errand day as well. So I'm going to have 2 of them this week because I did not clean houses yesterday, and I'm going to clean houses today after I get done talking with you lovely people. So I'm going to take care of my car and all that today too.
Well, thanks, cleaner.
And don't forget about date night. Date night does not have to be with a significant other. It can be with your kids. It can be with yourself. It does not have to be with a significant other. Some of us have significant others that are in a different state. You know who I'm talking about. Some of us have significant others that work too much, like mine. So Jessica and I would do a date night every Friday. And we would watch a movie. We would go out to eat. We would do just fun stuff together. So that way we were still getting our date night in. We were having fun. It was mother-son time, and it was wonderful. So don't forget about date night. Date night is usually lumped in on Friday, but it does not have to be. So I am one, I do not like kitchen unitaskers. So yes, I am using my pastry cutter to chop up my eggs because I don't like unitaskers. So.
Oh, by the way, guys, I just want to let you know this. I am going to be vacuuming my room soon. After I had to make a working Lego tank. But, if you have to vacuum your room every time when it gets dirty, you have no bad dreams.
Ooh. All right. Belinda, what did you do too? Sure, Sheena. Let's talk Family Fun Day. Okay. Family Fun Day does not have to mean going out and spending $100. Family Fun Day can also be something very simple, and it changes depending upon the weather. Oh, good. Date night with your... I'm so happy to hear that. I love date night with my little man. Honestly, there's like no pressure, right? We actually watched almost all of the Avengers series, and that was what we did for date night. We started with the first one, and then we kept going, and when we would get to one that we didn't own, I made sure I budgeted it in so that way I could go buy that movie, and I think we're up to Ant-Man right now. So we're not done yet. Look at the mail that I made. So excited. Okay. Sorry. It only has a week's shelf life, so obviously I have to use it. All right.
Wow. What?
So date night can easily be popcorn in a movie.
What?
If you are, I know where you live, Sheena, so nervous questions to answer, fun. Sometimes going out is not that easy, depending upon the weather. So that's where hide and seek, watching a movie, playing a board game, stuff like that
LED light.
works just fine.
Lego in it.
Okay, honey, I am making food right now. Please don't bring that over here.
Lego in LED light here.
Ready?
I'm going to pause for now.
Going out, it can be going for a hike. It could be going for a walk. It doesn't have to be going and spending a ton of money. I made my brother and his wife, oh my gosh, a couple years ago, a date night jar. And if you Google that on the web, you will see a whole bunch of different ideas, and then you just pick one out. Some weeks you have money, some weeks you don't, and then use that to decide what family fun day is going to be. Maybe the kids have games or something that day, so then you need to go through and turn that into a family fun day. And different families like different things. Our family would be totally content to sit down and watch a Harry Potter or a Star Wars marathon, and other families, there's no way you could get them to do that. Our family would be totally content to go to a motorcycle rally. Other families, that's not for them. Our family, for a family fun day, would be totally content to go out shooting. And that's not for every family. So ask your kids, ask your sweetheart, what are some ideas? What are some things that you would like to do? And go from there. All right, let's taste. Well, that's good, considering he's going to be adding salt to it every single time anyway, so we're going to call that done. All right. Sheena, did that answer your question? Making cookies can be fun. Baking as a whole, or cooking as a whole family, can be fun for our house. Doing something just to break up the monotony, I guess. So, all right, that's done. All right, now, wonderful. Let's look at our calendars and see what days we have stuff going on. Like Sheena, I know your Saturdays are jam-packed. So make sure that on Friday night's launch pad, you've got everything listed that you need to grab. Football, karate, whatever. So that way it's all there. Make sure that if you've got meetings certain days, you've got that listed down for the night before. Because that way you're prepping the night before and you're not running around telling your kid to find his pads, find his gi, find his dobak, whatever. And then you've got the next morning and you're totally running late. So do that all the night before. Put it on your planner to do it the night before. See? Put gifts in car. Put it on the planner the night before. I mean, little things. I even put on my planner for the night before to pull out a certain meat. That's part of my launch pad, pulling out the meat, pulling whatever, because I don't want to forget. Matter of fact, I did not put on my planner to pull out stew meat the other night for dinner, and the stew meat did not thaw out in time, so we ate it a little late. It's cheating, but it's also helping you go through your week. Do you have any dentist appointment this week? Do you need to make any dentist appointment, doctor appointment, hair appointment, nail appointment, whatever appointment? Make sure it's written where you're going to look, okay? And make sure you also put a reminder the day before. Use the calendar. I would be so lost without this thing. I don't know what would happen, okay? Between that and that, I would be done. Okay. Speaking of, I need to get to my day. Okay. Egg salad is done. All right, let's. Oh, no problem, Belinda. You know, it's going to be here for you so you can watch the rest later, and I'll be back in 2 weeks, too. So if you have any questions or anything you want me to cover, let me know. Okay, Kay? Or bring up the questions during the chat. That's always good too. On your day that you choose to wrap up the week, what I have found with these different sections is that I end up doing maybe 2 days in one day. So, like, I wrap up the week and I do errands in the same day usually because it's usually both on Friday. So, make sure you go to your mailbox. Hint, hint. A certain person, have you done that yet? Make sure you pay your bills. Put that all on a certain day. Maybe some weeks you're not going to have any bills to pay, but at least it's on your checklist. So that way you look at it. Because sometimes, like with the water bill, you don't have that every month. So you might forget about it the month that it's due. But if you have it automatically written on your calendar, okay, let's go out there and go do it. If you already have it written on your calendar, then you know that you've got to pay the water bill that day. All right? Okay. Filing. So kids bring home papers throughout the week. We get bills throughout the week. We get letters throughout the week. We get paperwork throughout the week. And maybe throughout the week, we don't have time to deal with it. I mean, it's life, right? So on that day where you're tying up loose ends, file it. I don't care where you file it. Give the artwork, the paperwork, whatever, put it in an envelope, send it out to family. So that way they see it and it's not in your home. You can do stuff like that. Anything that you've been saying that you've been meaning to get to throughout the week, that goes on tie up loose ends. So there are weeks where I keep meaning to get to my Tupperware cabinet because I have to do that every single week. I don't know why, but for some reason I do. That if I don't get to it throughout the week, I take care of it on Friday. If I haven't made a doctor's appointment or made another appointment, I will do it on Friday. So if you haven't been out to get the mail all week, do it on Friday. Go get the bills and pay the bills all in one shot. So that's basically covering the week. So if you pick your day, and maybe you're going to end up mixing and matching, right? Maybe you're going to do your menu plan and one day, and you're going to do your grocery list a different day. Maybe you're going to file one day. Pick and choose. That's why I've got them all laid out on the flight plan that you can print out, because the link is under every single video except for the live ones. So print out that flight plan, run with it. All right. Let's talk lies we tell ourselves. Okay? And why it's okay. Because it's really not okay. Because if other people treated us the way that we usually treat ourselves and what we say we're going to do and how we're going to do it, we would not be hanging around that person. I mean, honestly, right? Would you hang around somebody if every time they said that they were going to come over, or every time they said that they were going to do something with you or for you, or, together, they said, sorry, this TV show is more important? You wouldn't want to hang around them. But why is it okay that when we tell ourselves, I'm going to work out this week, right? We're making a commitment to ourselves. I'm going to work out this week. Oh, I'll work out after this TV show. I'll work out after I read this chapter. I'll work out after I sit around and do nothing. Why is that okay to tell ourselves? But we would go ballistic if somebody else said that to us. Oh, hey, I know I promised I was going to help you move, but I really decided I wanted to sit on my couch and do nothing. We wouldn't be okay with that. So why is it okay for ourselves? Now, in that same aspect, right? When we decide we're going to change our lives, when we decide we're going to make our lives better, hence the Fly Lady system or any other system you find, we want to go all in all the time, right? Which makes sense. But some things need to be done in steps. Because with steps, you then gradually get each thing. And start small. Start with the fact that you're going to check your calendar every day for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, message. You're going to check your calendar every day for 2 weeks. Right? Cool. All right, let me write that down. Sorry. I just got a confirmation on the session and I want to write it down before anything else. Okay. Yeah, we want it now. I want it now. My type 3, when I find out something, a new product, a new system, a new way to do things, a new way to lose weight, a new way to blah, 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 I want to do it now. I want to have, hi, Belinda. I want to have, we are talking about why it's okay to fib to ourselves. I want to do everything right now. I want to have it done now. I want to have the system mastered right now. I want to do everything every day. I want to get it right. So instead of trying to do the whole enchilada, right? Ooh, I want enchiladas. Next week. No, I got class that day. I'm gonna make enchiladas next week, Tuesday. Okay, sorry. Yeah, like the yoga. Okay, instead of saying you're going to do yoga every day for the rest of your life. Okay. Right. You wanted it yesterday. You want it now. It's not possible. Well, okay, it is possible, but it's not going to be there in quality. And you could end up getting severely overwhelmed. So when you start small, like we'll do the yoga, okay? Because I'm struggling with that one too. Instead of doing, like I said last time, yoga with Adrienne, love her. Instead of doing her full dedicate video each and every day, I should just be telling myself that I'm going to do her morning flow every single day. Or for like 2 weeks. Right. So start small there, Sheena. It's about starting small with something that you can really control, right? You start big and it gets overwhelmed. And I think that's where I found with my self-care. I'm doing a lot of it, but I'm not doing all of it. But it's because I expected too much immediately. So if I did my yoga just in the morning for 2 weeks, I would know that I could do it. And then I could add the evening in. And then I could add the daytime, the big flow in, right? I mean, her videos are up there. They're going to be up there next month. So why not do it? I have a goal that I want to get down to 145 pounds. Okay? That's about, I don't even know how many pounds it is, but I want to get down to at least 145, 140. So I need to get in line with what I want. And drinking sugar in my tea is not a great way to do that. However, I am not willing to give up sugar in my tea right now. So that's not happening. But if I at least did yoga I mean, what would happen, right? If we pick something small, what would happen if we actually stuck to it? You want to be that person that you can count on because you want to be able to count on yourself just like you count on other people when they say that they're going to do something. You expect them to do it. Be that person to yourself, but start small. You know, the flight plan that I run through every single day, that is a lot to grasp all at one shot, right? So pick one. Start small. You can do what Fly Lady says and start with the sink. Great, because it really is contagious. You know, make sure you have a shiny sink every single night. Um, for me, it was my bed, and I that was how. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little background here. Probably a little too much information, but that's okay. When Gisek was 9 months old, let's see, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, 8 months old. When Gisek was 8 months old, I lost his brother. He was born too soon, and he couldn't survive. So I go into the hospital, I'm pregnant, and then eventually when I leave the hospital, there's no baby coming home with me. And that absolutely devastated me, right? One was struggling with his own demons at that time, so he was not able to be there for me, which is fine, and that of course didn't help with his demons. I would get up and I would take care of Gisek. I would make sure he ate. I would make sure he was changed, stuff like that. But there was probably a good 2 weeks where I didn't shower. If I ate, it was something junky. I would make dinner only because Juan needed it. And it wasn't very good dinner. He was lucky to get like corn dogs and French fries. um, and then one day I was just looking at myself in the mirror, and I think I had like 2-week-old hair or stuff like that. I was in the same clothes that I had been in for like a week and probably not smelling very good. And I'm like, okay, this needs to stop. And I had read, and I believe I posted it in my Fly Lady Premium chat like quite a few times, where this military colonel talks about the benefits of making your bed. I had heard that somewhere else, and I had decided I was going to start making my bed. I mean, you could barely walk in my house. It was absolutely ridiculous. I decided I was going to start making my bed. And so I went like a month and I made my bed every single day. Every single day. It might have gotten made 5 minutes before I went to sleep, but I still made my bed. Eventually, making sure that I took a shower at least once a week came in. Being in actual clothes eventually came in. But it was a very slow process because when you're trying to yank yourself out of grief or sadness or, anything, it's hard. Depression is a totally different beast altogether. That is chemical, that is genetic, that is something totally different. But you gotta start slow. To this day, Gisek is now 8, almost 9. There has not been a single day that I have not made my bed. And that includes when we go camping, I make up the sleeping bags and stuff like that. Okay. Crazy? Yes, I know. I'm not that good with my sink. I need to be. But that's why I say pick something, anything. It doesn't have to be something big. and do it. What happens if you can accomplish it? It's an amazing thing. And it can bring you out of some really, really dark places. So that's what I did. And that's part of my story. And then I found Fly Lady like a year later. And bingo, here I am. And so now when we I got to add my next 14 ounces. So now, on that same topic, starting slow, let's talk about kids' rooms, right? Because I say it during the week. Hold on. Let me wrap up being nice to ourselves. Pick something little. You're going to pull out that mat and do the morning flow. You're going to spend track every single time you spend money. You're going to brush your teeth, whatever it is. Start small and keep that promise to yourself. Don't lie to yourself anymore. Teach your brain that if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. Don't try and eliminate a bad habit. Create a new one to replace it. Okay? Now, on to kids. When we have kids' rooms, right, I tell everybody, break them up. Because if I told you I want you to go clean your entire house right now, it has been dirty for way too long. Go clean your house, top to bottom. You would look at me and you would tell me I am nuts. Heck, I'd look at me and tell me that I'm nuts. So, when it comes to kids, a mommy make their bed and check under their bed one day. Maybe their desk is another day. Depending upon their toys, maybe it's one toy shelf one day, one toy shelf another day. Their dressers, a different day. The floor, a different day. So that way it's broken up and it's manageable to them. And then they know when mommy or daddy says, go clean your room. Today is Tuesday. That means they have to make sure their floor is picked up and stuff is put where it belongs. And I know some of the things is, but their room's a disaster right now and nothing is where it belongs. That's okay. If you start implementing these zones with them, then eventually everything will get where it belongs. Because they're going to hit each area throughout the week instead of having to do one big major clean. They're doing it little by little each day, and then it's not overwhelming for them. They don't have to spend hours doing it, because if you didn't know how to clean, right? You start out, you don't know how to clean. They don't know how to clean either. If we tell them, go clean your room, well, what does that mean? I mean, what does it mean? Do I want you to declutter? Do I want you to dust? Do I want you to pick up and put away? I mean, what does go clean your room mean? If I told you, go clean your house. Well, am I decluttering? Am I vacuuming? What am I doing? It's the same thing with the kids. So that's, and then that helps. And they're doing little by little. I am not a huge fan. I've said this over and over and over again. I'm not a huge fan of paying kids for cleaning their room or doing what they need to do in the home. Huh? Because they live there. I am a fan of paying kids that go above and beyond what they need to do. Hi, sweetie. What's up?
I'm building a working Lego tank.
You're going to be building a working Lego tank?
Yeah.
Okay. Have fun.
Well,
We gotta go clean here in a little bit though.
hey!
So,
Ah, get back here.
okay. So, let's see. What else?
Give me my Legos.
The kids need a coach? Yeah, they do. They really, really do. And sometimes listening to us doesn't matter. And
Please give me my Legos.
half the reason that it doesn't matter is because they see us lying to ourselves all the time. Why do I have to do this when mom doesn't do 3/4 of the things that mom says that she's going to do? So it's up to us to start keeping those small promises to ourselves so that way they can start keeping their small promises to themselves. And I am more than happy to talk with the kids too. I don't know if they'll listen to me because it would be better if they talked to a kid. I don't know. Maybe I could convince Giuseppe to do it. I don't know. But I don't know if kids would listen to him either if he was being younger. So, my curls did not come out really great right here. I'm sorry. I think I got more of a wave than a curl. I don't know. But ideally, we should be their coach. You know, we taught them to use a spoon. If we can teach them how to use a spoon, we can teach them how to clean their room. But they need to see us doing it first.
You guys teach us how to walk, talk, speak, sign.
Yep. So we teach you how to clean. Like I said, I will be more than happy, Sheena. I will be more than happy to talk with your kids if you want. Like I said, I don't know.
I think they're gonna listen to me.
I don't know if it would help, but maybe we could have them talk with Giuseppe. Because I do think that kids listen to kids before they listen to adults, and that's 3/4 of the problem in today's society. But I don't know. So if you make a promise to yourself, right? And if you ask the kids to do something and they don't do it and you don't do it, there needs to be a consequence, right? Because if we tell kids, you need to do your homework, you need to do this, you need to do that, blah, 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 there's a punishment if it doesn't happen. So why is there no punishment when we don't do what we say we're going to do? So you need to come up with a punishment. Maybe it's not reading that day. Maybe it's you don't get that piece of cake. Maybe whatever it is, right? I mean, I still want you to pamper yourself. I still want you to take care of yourself. I still want you to do all that. But your kids need to see, and you need to see, right? Your brain needs to see that it's not okay. No internet. That would be great. Right, exactly. Well, you do what I ask you to do. So, well, obviously, Sheena, you need internet at work, so it would have to just be at home. So, but set that consequence for yourself. If you don't hold to blah, 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 no Netflix, there you go. If you don't hold true to whatever, and that would actually, at least for me, that would be a good one, right? No TV if I don't do what I say I'm going to do. Because 3/4 of the time when I don't do what I say I'm going to do is because I'm sitting down watching TV. Right? Or I'm reading a book. So if you don't do what you say you're going to do, you need to have a consequence. You need to show them that it's the same for them as it is for you. However, you are also the parent. You are not the friend. You are not the acquaintance. You are the parent. Our job is to tell them what they need to hear and not what they want to hear.
And what to do.
Right.
But I'm just gonna fill out there's no internet.
Yeah, I know.
Besides, I have internet. I have had no internet once. That's because a physical train crashed.
Correct. All right. So we want to make sure that there are consequences for us, just like for them. And I mean, use them. If they say, Mom, have you done, we'll go back to yoga again. Mom, have you done yoga? No. Well, then why are you watching Netflix? There you go.
Whoa.
Use them. Because you're going to ask them if this stuff is done. Have them ask you. Now, sometimes their memory isn't as good. So, also put something on the fridge. Right? You know, use your journal. Use sheets of paper. Use whatever you can to make your life easier. I have my journal, and I swear to you, I don't remember 3/4 of the stuff that I write down in there, but that's because it's written down, and I don't need to remember it. So therefore, it's not taking up space in here. I can focus on other things, like the planner I'm supposed to be making for Sheena that I haven't gotten to yet. I've gotten everything out that I want to put in it and how I want to put it in, but I haven't sat down at the computer and actually made it yet. So that's something that I need to do. We got 5 minutes. Have I covered everything? Sit down, plan it next week. I only really talked a little bit about pampering. I didn't really talk anything about self-care except for not lying to ourselves. So,
If you want my kids to listen, I just let my mom know, because me and your kid might have a meeting.
you would do that?
Yeah.
Okay. We will talk, I think, in 2 weeks, maybe more about the whole self-care. The zones for the room. Thank you. I think so too. That was for Andrea. Zones for their room. Let's see. Bed and under the bed. Desk. They don't have a desk. Toy shelves, toy boxes. Split it up. The floor, make one day by itself. Okay, let's see, just sex room. It's bed and under the bed. Toy shelf 1, toy shelf 2, floor, dresser. That's his. So it's just a matter of going through each one each day. Sheena, message me. Let me know what they have or take pictures of their room, and I'll help you divide them up into zones. So it's a matter of trying to make it small enough that it is that they can tackle it. Make it to where it's manageable, because we all know that kids' rooms can become a disaster in like 0.5 seconds. You can spend all day cleaning, which I suggest you never do, and the house can become trashed in like 2 seconds. So that's the other thing I want to talk about next time. I want to talk about how there is more to life than cleaning, and why we need to limit ourselves with how much we clean. Because while it may still need it, there is more to life than just cleaning. So I will talk to you guys again in 2 weeks. Please make sure that you are putting comments, questions. You're welcome, Sheena. Comments, questions, topics you want me to talk about underneath the videos. Let me know, so that way I can talk about them. I can put them on the list. Hopefully I don't get too sidetracked and we can deal with all of them. I got some dishes I need to do now. I got the egg salad done anyways. Pie is done, ready to go. So make sure you put your comments, questions, topics, anything down there. Anything else that you want to see on the videos. Oh, real quick. We're going to probably go over, but I do want to bring this up. The reason why I'm doing the videos during the week the way that I'm doing them is because we don't all have the same routine, right? We're not able to do everything at the same time. Some of us don't have an afternoon routine. Some of us, most of the stuff that's done in the morning is done in the evening. Others of us, not so much is done in the evening, and everything is done in the morning. So in order to make it to where the videos worked for everybody, I went more to a checklist system as opposed to doing morning, afternoon, and evening. That is also why I attach a blank flight plan underneath each video, so that way you can print it off and you can check it off as you go through and do things. I understand that a lot of focus needs to be on the evening routine, which I don't do. I am still trying to work in doing in-depth videos for each routine for those people who then want to use them to complete their routines. I want to come up with, I have not forgotten about doing cleaners either. That's coming too. I'm going to do some of that next time. Actually, I want to put that down on my list. Making some cleaners. If I decide to do, I might do a different video. I don't know. If I decide to do cleaners on the next one, I will let you guys know ahead of time, and I will also let you know what you need to have. And I will let you know what cleaners we are going to be making. For my home, there is really only 4. I hope so, Andrea. Or Andrea. Which one do you pronounce? Oh, it's not like you can verbally tell me which one you pronounce it as. Duh. I really only use like 3 cleaners in my entire house. Andrea. Okay. So I will let you know what you need and what cleaners we're going to be making. If you guys have some cleaners that you want made, please let me know. Put that underneath the other videos or whatever, and I will take a look at those. And if I don't have a recipe, I will find one. Laundry soap is a little labor intensive to do, but I can make a video and then link it maybe to where I can pause it, because it takes quite a few hours to make it. So, but other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. I have to go clean houses, so I got a boot. Keep up the great work. Don't put too much pressure on yourselves. Take it step by step, by little step, and tell that voice in your head that says, I want it now, I want it yesterday, that it's coming. And it's not coming as fast as you want it to, because it's going to come in quality.
Mom, so you know how I had a full bottle of water?
Yes. You drank it? Awesome.
Prove it. Boom.
That's
this
great.
One's full.
That's great.
Look, here, look at this. What are those turned into this?
Let me see that bottle. Let me see the bottle. Only 5 more to go. 4 more to go. Oh, I'm so glad you love them, Belinda. I really enjoy making them, and I have so much fun doing this. As he does too.
Look, see this one right here? Totally empty.
I may even play around with trying to do something to where I can see you guys too, maybe on a different forum or something. But so have a great one. Have a wonderful couple of weeks. Obviously, I will see you guys tomorrow morning with the flight plan for Monday. And keep up the great work. Don't be too hard on yourself. Love yourself because you deserve it. And keep those promises to yourself. Start slow. Okay? Everybody, have a wonderful day. You're all amazing. And keep up the great work.